I put together this compilation where Hasan calls for political violence, endorses political violence, calls for people to be killed, endorses atrocities, endorses assassinations, makes light of rape, makes light of crimes against humanity. So, firstly, he endorsed, gloated, laughed about the Trump assassination attempt.
Gunshots at the Trump rally? Shut the fuck up. No. Dark Brandon? Dark Brandon?
He said that America deserved 9/11, endorsed the Al-Qaeda terrorist attacks on America.
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it. I'm saying it. We fucking totally brought it on ourselves, dude. Holy shit.
He threatened to kill serving U.S. Senator Tom Cotton. He called for people to kill Ethan Klein's wife.
Every type of armed resistance against both the settlers and also the Israeli occupying force in the West Bank. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcasters like Wife that participate in these raids. The violence that the Palestinians engage in an act of resistance against this illegal occupying force is literally legal, definitionally legal.
He called for people to kill Rick Scott.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott. Okay?
He called for people to kill Nick Fuentes.
The moment is clear. You got to sick like the ACP guys on him. Okay, that's it. You got to get one of those like Haz al-Dink type motherfuckers to just like eat his ass alive, you know?
He gloated over death threats against ICE officials.
874 Bellevue Drive, and I'm gonna kill you with my AR-15. Like, that's the type of messages they were leaving in this dude's office, and he's resigning. So I think that people are a lot more radical now. This is a time, is an unprecedented time to really get others on board. Someone has to do it. See, when I say that, everyone knows exactly what I mean. I think that shows that there's a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, and untapped revolutionary potential, as a matter of fact.
He said that the streets must soak in capitalist blood. He called for mass killings of landlords, even though his own mother is a property developer landlord.
Well, my understanding is that the property owners who have properties there choose just not to rent it at all.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude.
He attacked Bernie Sanders because Bernie Sanders called on protesters to be non-violent. He said that Bernie Sanders was not radical enough. He endorsed re-education camps in 2019 at the height of China's mass incarceration of Uyghurs in re-education facilities. He called on his followers to shank these motherfuckers and to gut their opponents, to gut right-wingers.
I'm sick and tired of it. Left-wingers, liberals, you need to be fucking showing your opponent's guts on there, okay? You need to be gutting them. You need to be shanking these motherfuckers and letting their intestines just ride on stage. What the fuck is this shit, man? Slice them up.
When he did his PR tour after the murder of Charlie Kirk, where he was saying that he was against violence, he was literally photographed by Politico in front of an artwork that displayed him with a baseball bat that said "Bash the Fash." He essentially endorsed the execution of staff members at the Israeli embassy, saying that the killer had genuine noble intentions. He read out the manifesto on his stream.
I think this is just a one dude who is genuine in his actions and maybe, you know, a little bit brain broken.
He called for Jews to be completely driven out of society. Anyone who believed in Israel as an existing country, which is like 80% of Jews in the world, said they should not even be allowed to be dog catchers. He called for their total expulsion from society.
Regardless of your background, any kind of fucking Zionist tendency should be treated in the same way as being a fucking rabid neo-Nazi. And you shouldn't even let someone be the fucking local dog catcher as Felix was posting. If they've ever exhibited any sort of like positive feelings about the state of Israel. I'm so serious about this.
He called for my death on his stream, tens of thousands of people. He called for me to be executed at a Nuremberg trial for supposedly supporting Israel.
Him and Drew are the same. Tim Pool and Destiny are the same. If there was obviously a real karmic justice out there or any sort of real lawfare out there, real rule of law out there, they would be treated in the exact same way that journalists were treated for defending the Holocaust. Okay? For their consistent support of Israel's genocide, they would be tried in the exact same manner that Members of the media were tried during the Nuremberg trials. To me, there is no difference between Tim Pool and Destiny in that regard. There is no difference between Tim Pool and Drew Pavlov in that regard.
He said I should be jailed.
Like, there's that fucking weird Australian Cypriot pervert. What is his name? Drew, whatever the fuck his name is. He's like the guy who's like, I want to kill, I don't know, Chinese nationals or whatever. He should just go to jail. I don't know why he's not in jail, but that Drew Pavlov, yeah, that guy.
He endorsed Jackson Hinkle when Jackson Hinkle made fake AI porn of my mother.
Also, I want to apologize to Jackson Hinkle. This is the one apology that I will be delivering to the American Communist Party, specifically Jackson Hinkle. I don't know what the fuck he did, but I heard that he bullied Drew Pavlov off Twitter. Broken clock. Critical support.
He joked about kidnapping my future children and turning them into Turkish soldier slaves like the Janissaries.
Vile boy that my soldiers brought in and were like, this boy right here, he's going to be a good warrior.
Drew Pavlov's son is going to be the Janissary, not mine.
No, he's a terrible Janissary. Well, I think he would make for a horrible Janissary. I would never allow him to do it.
We would need to get to him very early before Drew destroys his mind.
Yeah.
He joked about sexual violence against infant girls, saying if they are old enough to count, they're old enough to mount.
Back again next week when we discuss the legendary question of all time: old enough to count, old enough to mount? Question mark.
He made multiple jokes about rape, telling young men to separate women from the herd of their fat friends.
You might think, wait a minute, there's no way this is going to work. Yes, it does. Let's get out of here. It's time to get out of there, and it's time to separate her from her herd, meaning her crowd of girlfriends that are going to do their best to cock block you because they're fat and lonely.
He basically endorsed the rape of rich women at rich colleges, said it was fine if it was at a rich college.
They were, at least Patrick Henry College is like doing one good thing, which is that like if you have these fucking millionaire, billionaire WASP fail sons, at least taking them out of other colleges so they can only do date rape to other billionaire, millionaire failed daughters is like, in some respects, you know, from a utilitarian perspective, of course, a little bit better. You know what I mean? Like taking these guys and putting them in a pen with one another is ultimately getting them away from the broader society.
He endorsed rape on October 7. He said it didn't matter to him whether Hamas carried out rapes on October 7 against Israeli women. He still supported October 7 and Hamas.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7. Like, that doesn't change the dynamic for me even this much. So that's the other part of this problem that many people that can't contend with. Like, the Palestinian resistance is not perfect.
When the New York Times took a photo of his streaming setup for their glowing profile of him, the chat was on full display. The chat was talking about raping women to death. He gloated about going to a brothel that was raided by more than 900 police in Germany for sex trafficking.
By the way, the brothel is crazy because he openly admitted that he knows. You
know, let's pull it up on stream, what I know. I think we should. This is the brothel. There we go. Hell's Angel brothel raided by 900 officers, say the German police. This is where Hasan said that he had sex with a prostitute, as authorities allege that women were exploited and possibly trafficked. More than 900 police, tax and customs investigators have raided Berlin's biggest brothel. Prostitution is legal in Germany, but police charge that the 4-story brothel complex constituted a brutal and illegal system that severely exploited dependent women.
Was it they were fucking raided for tax evasion, basically? Like, he's saying, like, it's fine. They weren't raided for sex trafficking, but it doesn't matter. I'm just going to keep lying about it. Okay.
I just read the article, dog. Why don't you pull it up?
When baby children were killed on October 7 by Hamas, he said that Israeli babies can be technically considered settler colonists too. Essentially seems to have endorsed the killing of children by Hamas, saying that children can be valid military targets.
This dude just called babies militants.
No, I understand. And there are baby settlers as well. But there are baby settlers as well. There are babies in the settlements.
He laughed at the idea that the Israeli embassy staffers who were killed in Washington, D.C. were innocent. He laughed at that. He essentially said that they were military targets.
I mean, think about it. These people, their only offense was going to the Jewish museum. They were killed because they attended a Jewish event. I mean, I gotta say, Kate, in many ways, this was inevitable. mean, think about the data. We've talked about it before.
He joked that Jews should be sent to Auschwitz.
Shut up. Go back 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 to Auschwitz. Remember 9/11.
He mocked the Bibas infant children who were taken hostage by Hamas on October 7 and executed. He laughed about Hamas parading around their coffins.
Carry the coffins of 4 dead Israeli hostages, 2 of them children, on stage, an offensive propaganda message blaming Prime.
Offensive propaganda message.
He laughed at the idea that freeing Israeli hostages was important.
Her Democrat says she's undecided because of concerns about anti-Semitism. Beth?
Yes.
Hi, thank you for being here. Thank you for remembering we need to bring the hostages home. Of course. The rise of anti-Semitism and violence.
He endorsed the terrorist leader Nasrallah.
I can't believe I'm calling Nasrallah Bays. I mean, listen, these motherfuckers are better read than you by a million. Like, it's not a broken clock situation. He's read more books than you could ever imagine. And also, ultimately, he is regarded as a pretty brilliant a person in terms of, like, everything that he's done. This is Hasan Nasrallah, I believe the general secretary of the Hezbollah, right?
He endorsed Hezbollah as an effective military organization against Israel.
Hezbollah is a paramilitary organization that is also a part of the Lebanese parliament.
Do we like them or no?
I think as a resistance group, they're pretty successful against Israel. I don't have an issue with them, let's just say.
He said that the Hezbollah flag was his favorite flag in the world.
Oh, let's talk about our favorite flags.
Oh, like overall, what my favorite flag? Yeah, Hezbollah. Look it up. I'm not even kidding. It's actually a dope flag.
I don't know flags.
It's this is a.
You know what? I'm gonna be brave.
Right.
My favorite flag.
It's got an AK on it and a fucking hand holding it up.
Wow, son.
Or
We might have to cut this.
or behind the paywall. It's fine.
He fully endorsed Hamas and said that they should never stop fighting. He said that they should never surrender, keep fighting Israel forever, keep the war going. He gladly shared Houthi terrorist propaganda on his stream. Their sign was visible for everyone to see. Their sign infamously has an inscription that reads, "Death to America, death to Israel, curse the Jews."
And they love walking over. They love walking over like the American flag and the Israeli flag side by side. They will always like march on it. I'm surprised they haven't done it yet.
No, that's just like Buddy Maria. One song where you're gonna get
He's saying they do not care about the heavy missiles. Like they will literally take
He endorsed the Houthis firing ballistic missiles at a civilian airport in Israel. He endorsed Houthi attacks on international civilian shipping, which is a war crime under international law.
Part of Anne Frank's diary when she was also raiding ships.
Good one, dude. Yeah, I know. Would that be a problem? Would that be a fucking problem, Mudahar? Why do you hate the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising? Do you think that they shouldn't have done that? Oh man, the Nat Turner Rebellion really it was really messed up, dude. They really should not have done that. John Brown should not have done what he did. A real terrorist, okay?
He defended people joining the Houthis. This is an organization that uses child soldiers. It's responsible for massive crimes against humanity in Yemen. He defended people joining the Houthis.
I don't understand why you wouldn't care if he's out there tweeting an image of a Jewish person on a pike. I don't understand why this problem can't be approached with nuance. Because he is a teenager in Yemen, dude. These people have no material power. They cannot touch you. They cannot harm you. That's the point. Okay? There are real fucking Nazis in the United States.
He infamously hosted a Houthi pirate on his stream. He tried to liken this Houthi soldier to Anne Frank, the Holocaust victim.
I talked to a teenager from Yemen, okay, who everyone called, myself included, called Timothy Charlemagne or Chalamet.
Is this the One Piece one?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, this kid is like, I think he was like 19 at the time when I talked to him. Which means that for most of his life, he has withstood genocide, right? Like he is a person whose only experience is like, it's literally like talking to fucking Anne Frank, basically, okay? Being able to talk to Anne Frank in real time. That's all he's known. is death and destruction.
He celebrated this guy, even though this guy had photographs calling for the nuclear bombing of Tel Aviv, had photographs of a Jewish person impaled on a stake. And Hasan celebrated the guy, had him on a stream, called him a new Anne Frank, the Holocaust victim. He endorsed Bashar al-Assad, one of the most brutal dictators of the Middle East of the past 50 years. He endorsed indiscriminate Iranian terror bombing of Israeli cities with rockets.
Bro, go to the bomb shelter, dog. Go to the bomb shelter. What do you mean? Hezbollah and Hamas. Bro, you are unserious. You are not a serious person, dude. Holy.
He mocked victims of the Syrian civil war, laughed about these kids that were killed by Bashar al-Assad. He endorsed the Ottoman Empire, which was responsible for genocides against Greeks, Assyrians, Armenians, Christians. He endorsed the Ottomans in World War I at the same time that they were carrying out the Armenian genocide.
You know, it was posted. Anzac is when we got obliterated. Yeah, the Turkish forces just fucking smoked the Anzac soldiers big time. But I always thought that it was like more of a resentment that they carried towards like the British Empire.
He made light of Saddam Hussein's atrocities, including chemical weapon attacks against Kurdish people, genocidal chemical weapon attacks. He basically said that nothing Saddam Hussein did was ever as bad as America.
Infinitely worse to Iraq than Saddam could have ever imagined. Wait, what are you talking about? This should be such a formative point. It's wild to say that America's invasion, illegal invasion and occupation of Iraq, is infinitely worse than what Saddam could have ever done to Iraq. That is not a contentious point. What are you talking?
He endorsed the football hooligan pogroms in Amsterdam, targeting Jewish football fans.
Dutch Moroccans are making them aware that this isn't.
This for children, for the children.
I mean, it's still kind of funny. This video, maybe that's why they re-edited it.
Say free Palestine and we go. Good.
Sky
They threw him in the canals of Say Free Palestine and we go.
News could not independently verify all of the footage shown. Police arrested six.
I don't feel fully bad for people who are like Hezbollists, but like a little when you see that clip and you have to pretend it's like not funny.
Yeah.
Like you lose something as a human.
He endorsed the PFLP, which is a Marxist-Leninist Palestinian terrorist organization. They were responsible for the Lod Airport massacre, which killed more than 26 civilians. They were also responsible for a terrorist attack on a Jewish synagogue in 2014, which saw Jewish worshippers attacked with knives and axes. He expressed full support for Luigi Mangione, complained that Luigi Mangione had been charged with terrorism offenses. He expressed support for looting.
Innocent victim in all this, that he was just doing his job, going about his day, and his business got ransacked there. But from where we are here, you know, it does that the officers are heading back.
I fucking despise local media, dude. What role they play in the boomer reactionary pipeline. Local media talking about $3 worth of fucking Doritos. Like, you know, there was a bank run.
He endorsed the Chinese invasion and military occupation of Tibet, involved the killing of more than 1 million Tibetans in the genocide.
Okay, Ethan, but like,
Go ahead.
Tibet was literally a fucking feudal slave mandate, like
So
autonomous zone.
China did them a favor.
That was one. I mean, in America, when I say something like this, people get very upset. You know, we talk about the Dalai Lama saying "suck my tongue" or whatever, but like that's not far from the norm in fucking normal Tibetan existence before the Communist Party came in and
So China unilaterally took over Tibet,
like
squelched their culture. They basically are trying to, you know, homogenize the culture.
If your culture,
they're trying to spoil the religion and the identity.
The part of feudal warlords and slavery, abolishing that, yes, I do think that is good.
No, China did them a favor.
And I think this is a good way to describe Taiwan as well. The American federal government going into the fucking South and killing, unfortunately not all of them, but a decent amount of slavers and defenders of slavery. This is violent retribution from a powerful federal government
Tibet was a separatist.
that squashed, okay?
Tibet is the South in the Civil War?
Yes. They were a feudal, oppressive, slavery-backed state, autonomous region.
He endorsed a potential Chinese invasion of Taiwan.
It's like if Texas used to, like, the Confederate States used to rule America, okay, and they were pretty fucking brutal. And then there was like a Union Revolution, and then also a massive war on top of that, and massive and you know, massive war crimes that were occurring, and then the Confederate States of America just basically seceded and were able to have their own thing, but we're still going to keep giving Texas as many weapons as possible so they can maintain the Confederacy as like a stronghold against Union America, the United States of America, and constantly have that as a cudgel, constantly have that as wield the existence of the Confederate States, or the existence of Texas as a Confederate state, to the existence of the United States of America.
When Ukraine was first invaded by Russia in February 2022, he put on a fake British accent to mock the Ukrainian victims.
I'm sitting here wondering what our world is going to look like when the sun comes up a few hours from now. There's been a lot of false alarms, and I hope beyond hope, that tonight is one too. And we wake up tomorrow and laugh. It'd be pretty cool if that's the last thing he wrote. No, it wouldn't. It'd be whack as fuck. Imagine dying and the last thing you fucking put on this planet was literally like third grade level poetry.
He said that he shared the same ultimate goals as Bad Empanada. Bad Empanada is somebody who has endorsed 9/11, has endorsed the mass extermination of all Israeli civilians. He has called on people to go out, get guns in America, and kill the American president. He has also called for more terrorist attacks against America, called for another 9/11.
I always say, Bad Empanada and I don't disagree on our ultimate goals. We just disagree on methods. Okay, critical support to Bad Empanada has gone up by wide margins now, okay? Oh, dude, Bad Empanada went from bad to good Empanada. Bad Empanada went from Bad Empanada to based Empanada. Very well-sourced, very reasonable YouTube essay arguments. Okay, Bad Empanada, on the other hand, as far as his insightful commentary goes, is one of the best. Okay, he is one of the best. Bad Empanada is doing a good job of like using the drama angle to get people's attention to issues that truly matter. I've said over and over again, Bad Empanada and I might have some marginal disagreements. Okay, we play a different role. We fill a different void. I don't care. That doesn't change my attitude about him. That doesn't change my mind about him. And there's a place for people like Bad Empanada. Like he plays a very important role as a provocateur. Or people like Bad Empanada. Like he plays a very important role as a provocateur. Like we have different methods, we have different tactics, we have different techniques, but overall, we're working on the same side.
He waved a rifle around on stream when someone attacked him. He waved a gun around on his stream when somebody attacked him, threatened them straight up.
A little bit of meat watch for you, huh? Is that what you're gonna do? You're gonna come over, you're gonna suck my dick dry, huh?
He called for my death on his stream to tens of thousands of people.
Pretty sure a lot of people would cheer. Not me, of course, because I think it's, you know, I would never say certain things, but
he endorsed the Diddy sex parties back in like 2012. He gloated over Hamas taking photos of the hostages. He gloated about the radicalization of his fans.
Bernie Sanders he has this like old labor Zionist framework, I think, that is just utterly ridiculous. And that is something that he hasn't been able to shake away.
And if there is something we should preach, it's that these people are ultimately fucking useless, and you're gonna have to do shit yourself.
Yeah, here's the thing. I
heard of
I understand
Mario's brother.
What?
Sorry, go ahead, Hasan.
And there's a place for people like Bad Empanada. Like he plays a very important role as a provocateur.
Do you think that U.S. troops should be a protected class who, you know, like, actually an interesting thing about YouTube rules is you're allowed to call for the deaths of soldiers.
Yeah, you can't do that in Twitch either. Twitch, that's part of the reason why I got banned initially with the 9/11 stuff.
He also mocked the Ukrainian victims of the war, said, "I'm not on anyone's side."
Who are you going for in Ukraine? What side are you on that?
I'm on
I'm on nobody's side.
Celebrated the fact that U.S. serviceman Dan Crenshaw lost his eye in war.
What the fuck is wrong with this dude? Didn't he go to war and like literally lose his eye because some mujahideen, a brave fucking soldier, fucked his eye hole?
Again, he mocked October 7 rape.
1,200 people were massacred. Many young people who were simply attending a music festival. Women were horribly raped. As I said then, I say today, Israel has a right to defend itself.
Again, he reiterated his support for the Houthis.
You said Ethan's words can make him seem pro-Zionist and that he should be more thoughtful, but when he pointed out that your language could come off as supportive of terrorism, why not just admit that you're careless sometimes too to his fans? It made you look like you can't admit fault. I have no problem with the Houthis. Yeah, because I don't. What do you mean? If you think I'm a terrorism supporter for that reason, then yeah, I'm a fucking terrorism supporter. What are you talking about? The Houthis and their militancy in the Red Sea is a perfectly moral action.
Again, he made light of the rapes that occurred on October 7 at the hands of Hamas.
What rapes did Hezbollah do? Bro, what rapes did fucking Hamas do? What are you talking about? Oh yeah, the Stop Anti-Semitism account that considered me to be anti-Semite of the week has also been hallucinating rapes once again, doing rape fantasies once again because they're fucking mentally ill.
Hamas has committed horrific acts of sexual violence and took
women and girls, men and boys slaughtered after enduring sexual violence. The deadliest day for the Jewish people.
Like the fucking Israeli government is if their kid dies, it is almost 100% a direct consequence of the Israeli government blowing him to fucking bits for the crime of being captured and being in the vicinity of Palestinians.
So there you have it. Hasan Piker, the largest left-wing online content creator, endorsing terrorist attacks, endorsing mass murder, endorsing political violence for left-wing extremist goals, making light of rape, making light of atrocities, and essentially basically saying that anybody who opposes his political ideology should be killed. And this guy has millions of followers. He's basically beaming his propaganda into impressionable young minds. He's doing massive amounts of damage. And I think at the very least, he should be removed from Twitch. He's doing so much damage. And when you see the murder of Charlie Kirk, that just shows the consequences of this online radicalization. People getting radicalized by these streamers. They're getting radicalized in these Discord chats. And they're going out and they're literally killing people in real life. This cannot go on. You need to take people like Hasan Piker off Twitch.